Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. These messages are for Aries Sun, Moon or Rising. Thank you to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the videos, subscribes to the channel. It's all very much appreciated. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for information on how to do that. So just a thought to point out, we've got a full moon on Monday the 27th of November. So you might want to consider any messages that come out here as something that you can include if you have any intentions you want to set for the full moon. We often speak of full moons being about a time for releasing things. So messages that come up here are something that you might want to consider releasing. But let's get into your reading. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading today. We're going to start off with a message from the Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle deck. This is a brand new deck that I've purchased. It's a bit of a mouthful actually, and it's been brilliant so far. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot from this. The person who wrote the book, Adama Sase, she is an astrologer, and she does focus quite a bit on Black Moon Lilith as well. So if you want any more info on her, I am following her on this channel. So if you see the page where you look at the people who I follow, if you want to do that, you don't have to. She's there. She has her own YouTube channel and website and everything. Anyway, let's get a message from this book. And I'm not affiliated with her or anything like that. I'm finding the deck amazing. She's got a book as well. So yeah, that's why. I'm not affiliated. I'm not like promoting her because I'm getting anything out of it. I just think it's brilliant. So let's get your message. So, what does Aries Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December, please? Anything else? Anything else? Anything at all, should I say? My mind was elsewhere then. Anything for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. Wow, that's a lot of cards. I'm going to take the ones that are upright. I will look at this one. So Black Moon Lilith. Okay, the reason why I'm kind of chuckling slightly at this message, Black Moon Lilith in Cancer, on your emotions. I believe in the last reading I did for you, there was something where I was saying that you may need to embrace your softer side. If you're someone who sort of brushes off heavy emotions, like, you know what I mean? You sort of live more on the lighter side of life, and anything serious that comes up, you kind of don't sort of address it as much. So yeah, that's why I'm smiling saying that. But anyway, let's look at the messages you have here that have come out. You've got the Sun, your soul's purpose, and you also have Saturn, age, reality, and discipline. And I'm going to read both messages from the book because I just feel like they're really useful. So, right, let's start off with the Sun message. That's number 22. So it says, your soul's purpose. There are many layers in your astrological DNA, and understanding your sun sign is a good place to start. When this card appears, confidence, joy, and time in the spotlight is on its way. It's time to move into the truth of who you are and align with your soul's purpose. The sun rules over the royal fire sign of Leo. And just as Leo loves being the center of attention, the sun is at the center and is the life force of our solar system. In ancient occult and spiritual traditions across the globe, the sun was highly worshipped, with deities invoking its energy. In alchemy, your sun sign represents the spiritual golden inner light. This bright star is luminary and provides the energy that is needed to sustain life on Earth. Without the interplay between the nurturing Mother Moon, reflecting the vibrant rays of Father Sun, there would be no life. It is the delicate dance between the divine feminine and masculine here on Earth. The sun is a personal planet, so depending on your unique birth chart, its traits are easily visible in your personality. Understanding where your sun sits within your chart provides a map of how to access this part of yourself. In ancient alchemy, the sun's placement in your natal chart can help you understand and higher self Understand your higher self and align with this energy. The following guide can show you what energetic characteristics align the most with your sign. Find your sun sign in the following list by looking at the date corresponding with your date of birth. So first of all, I'm not going to read the dates. And there is a link in the description box below the video to a website that can generate your birth chart if you want to do that. So you'll get a better idea of the complexity and uniqueness of your own birth chart, because it's a lot, isn't it? But I will say the signs and what is connected with each sign. So characteristics. So Sun in Aries is known to be an independent leader. Sun in Taurus, or what they're concerned with or connected to. Sun in Taurus, abundant beauty. Sun in Gemini, intelligent communicator. Sun in Cancer, intuitive nurturer. Sun in Leo, regal creative. Sun in Virgo, analytical soul. Sun in Libra, harmonious lover. Sun in Scorpio, powerful alchemist. Sun in Sagittarius, wise teacher. Sun in Capricorn, structured boss. Sun in Aquarius, innovative genius. Sun in Pisces, creative healer. And the final message it says is, your life is changing direction in a major way. It's time to embody your gold. So we will look at the Saturn card as well. That's number 28. And I mean, Saturn is boss energy, isn't it? If I remember correctly. Well, it's about lessons. But there is an authoritative energy about it as well. So Saturn, age, reality and discipline. Saturn teaches us that the gold in life comes with age, hard work, discipline and structure. When the Saturn card shows up, it's time for you to put in time, effort and sweat. Where have you cut corners? Saturn is asking for you to stay the course to alchemize your soul's lead into gold. Oh, that mention of gold again, that's interesting. Saturn in astrology brings harsh lessons, limitation, restriction, time and wisdom. It rules over the earth sign of Capricorn and the air sign of Aquarius. Capricorn is associated with the authoritative, okay, got that right, and hierarchical Saturn, while Aquarius invokes new structure, innovation and the future. Saturn is associated with the archetype of father time and was the final outer planet in ancient astrology prior to the modern planets, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Therefore, Saturn is associated with reality, boundaries and limitations. Saturn, known as Cronus by the Greeks, was a harsh deity in ancient Roman mythology who ate his own children out of fear of being overthrown. Ruling with his iron sickle, he was the god of crops. While Saturn can be difficult to handle as a malefic planet, one that brings hardship and difficulty, it also can be a positive force in transforming our lives. The dark astrological energy can show us where we need to learn difficult lessons and face reality. Once we learn Saturn's lessons, we will be master alchemists, transforming trauma into triumphs. Identify your Saturn placement in your birth chart and match it in the following list. And what's funny about that, if I'm remembering correctly, I was listening to a reading by Tamaj Tarot. I think it was this morning actually, because she does pick a story readings every Wednesday. I think it was this one, not the weekend stuff. And she in one of the readings she said something about checking your where your limitations are with like where Saturn is in your birth chart, or what planets are in Saturn, not planets, sorry, and what house Saturn's in or something like that. Because that might indicate where your limitation is at present. And I was thinking, oh yeah, when I finish watching this reading later on, I need to look that up. So that's just reminded me. And here it has a list. It has the list where it says your limitations and lessons according to your Saturn sign. So I will read those out for you. So if you have Saturn in Aries, you've got limitations or lessons around leadership and self-assuredness. Saturn in Taurus, limitations and lessons around self-worth and abundance. Saturn in Gemini, issues with communication and speech. Saturn in Cancer, emotions and the home. Saturn in Leo, creativity and self-expression. Saturn in Virgo, perfectionism and work. Saturn in Libra, relationships and equality. Saturn in Scorpio, sexuality and rebirth. Saturn in Sagittarius, travel and beliefs. Saturn in Capricorn, authority and discipline. Saturn in Aquarius, friendships and dreams. Saturn in Pisces, self-sacrifice and emotions. And the final message says, you reap what you sow, hard work and discipline are required. Right, hopefully there was something helpful there for you. I know that was quite a lot, but I just feel like these messages are really I find them really good. It's probably just me that I like them, but I mean, feel free to share in the comments what you think of them. But I don't know, I find them useful, and I will be using the deck more, so we'll see. So what is your theme also from the tarot? So theme for Aries, Aries, I think I was thinking of Taurus and putting the words together. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Theme for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising from the tarot for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December, please. Six of Wands, I mean, leadership, authority. What else was there? Definitely leadership is coming up, because I believe it came up in both of these, didn't it? And being in the spotlight as well. With that Six of Wands, being respected, being given the accolades, respect. Interesting. Okay, anything else? So we need to look at your energy specifically next. How are you dealing with this? So this may be something that you aspire to, or a challenge that you're probably trying to overcome. Try that again. So what came out was the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, but I'll try that again because that didn't feel good. So your energy specifically, how are you dealing with things, Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising? Right, well, there's that Leo card, the Sun. So you've got the Sun twice. And I'd say the spotlight again for this. And you've got the Lovers with it as well. So, right. Is there something about being respected and valued and seen for who you are, possibly in a relationship or in connections with others, or in terms of what it is that you love? Like, say if it's a certain path or career that you've chosen that you love, are you battling to kind of be seen and valued within that? Because the connections, the things that we love, it's not just relationships and just people, and relationships are with different elements of our life as well, aren't they? Like our relationship with our path, our career, our relationship with our community, all sorts of stuff, with food even. That's a weird one to bring up, but you can have a relationship with food, can't you? Let's look at any, right, that was too quick. Chariot, but I'm going to try that again. Any external or surrounding energies that are relevant here? You've got the 10 of Pentacles, okay. And any guidance for you as well. I feel like this external energy is probably the dream or the aspiration, and that's not come up in that necessarily come up. I don't think a card has come up like that in the external energies before for me. Like, I know I'll say it could be a person, or it could be a blockage or an energy that's pushing you to do something, but I don't think I've literally had it come up as, oh, that's what you want, that's the desire. So this could be, again, it could be in terms of your long-term stability, in terms of your path, your career. Could be a specific relationship involved here in terms of long-term stability. Maybe someone wants long-term stability with you if it does represent another person or their desires. Let's look at guidance. These cards, why do they keep coming out like this? It's weird. Right, 6 of Pentacles. I'm not going to keep it, but I will show you. So there's something about balance and give and take here, which doesn't surprise me if there's a specific relationship involved, and just wanting to be seen and valued in general. It's, yeah, there's an element of balance there. So what you've actually, oh my God, Justice. I don't know if, I think it was in reverse, but I'm going to keep it upright. So balance, okay. So it's like you rejected the 6 of Pentacles, so we're going to give you Justice as a major arcana instead. Right, okay. So let's get your clarifiers out then. Let's look at the 6 of Wands. So why specifically is the 6 of Wands here for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising? I think I know why I said your relationship with food, Aries, because my stomach is just rumbling. I'm very hungry right now. I did have some soup before I started the readings, but for some reason, really hungry. Right, 6 of Wands. If they'll come out. So they came out for the main cards, but for some reason for the clarifiers, they're plain hard to get now, aren't they? Right, we will take you. Values, being valued, again, that thing. Do you feel like you want to be valued more? Do you know what you value, but maybe you feel like you're not valued as much as you want to be in a certain situation, whether it be work, relationships, etc. King of Cups, okay. So I'm going to probably clarify that King of Cups. I usually jump to the same conclusion with the King of Cups all of the time. And I feel like I need to clarify it to be sure rather than just making assumptions. I'm going to try that again. Right. If the cards will shuffle properly. So anything else with that Six of Wands, please. Could be a relationship, to be honest. There could be a significant relationship, whether it is romantic or not here, with that Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups, to be honest. I wouldn't rule that out. We have the Chariot, and I'll get one more. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, yeah. And I know we've got the Soul's Purpose card here, but I said it in another reading. Was it Virgo? Can't remember now. But I said, and I can see it's blurry. I need to remember to keep checking the camera. With our soul's purpose, I think a lot of the time we think that our soul's purpose is just one huge spiritual thing in our lives. And my thoughts on that are that our whole life is our soul purpose. Everything we do, our lessons that we learn, everything, our dreams, our aspirations, everything, all of it is our soul's purpose. So that includes our relationships, any relationship with family, friends, whoever, that's part of our soul's purpose. Every job that we do is part of our soul's purpose. Our hobbies are part of our soul purpose. I feel that everything is part of that. So just in case anybody's saying, oh, well, you said it was about soul purpose, but now you're talking about relationships. It's not necessarily talking about spiritual relationships necessarily as being a major soul purpose, but just everything for me. I feel that our whole life is our soul purpose and learning and expressing. So I will say, in terms of a relationship, I wouldn't rule out if someone feels, probably you, like they're not valued enough in the relationship. Maybe you feel like your emotions aren't being valued. Maybe you're with someone who keeps their emotions to themselves, as we often say with the King of Cups, that they feel very deeply, but they're not quick to open up, are they? They're very cautious and careful about opening up, even though they feel so deeply. And then we've got the Nine of Pentacles at the end. So it wouldn't surprise me if you potentially are considering becoming single again, or you're contemplating something about your independence versus being in a relationship. That's one way of looking at things. What else is here? So if it's not about a relationship, still stand by what I said about the values. Do you not feel valued enough in a particular way? And that is somehow, there's an impact there in terms of your progression. So let's look at that King of Cups first of all. Why is the King of Cups here? Or what do we need to know about the King of Cups, should I say? Seven of Cups, right? So that again, I'm not going to lie, that is giving that energy again of potentially someone wanting or considering if they want to leave a relationship. I'll be honest with you. There is a possibility of that with these cards. Seven of Cups, it's looking at the different perspectives and asking, is this a dream that is worth pursuing for me? Do I want to pursue this dream? And then Seven of Swords for me, it can be an escape plan. Could also be about hiding your emotions as well. So the King of Cups, it could be you, it could be someone else. It depends on your situation. In terms of wanting to leave a relationship, I am getting the vibe that could be more your emotions. I get the impression with the cards the way they are that you're probably more likely to be considering, do I want to be single? And if there's someone else involved, they may be the ones that are more committed, even if they're not necessarily emotionally expressive. Then I still get the impression that they would probably want long-term. They'd be the one that's more likely to want long-term commitment. It could be vice versa, but that's how it's coming across. Let's get one more for the King of Cups, please. Oh, Right, okay. Yeah, I'm saying it like that. I know that sounds bad. I'm saying it like that because, again, that's giving that energy of someone potentially wanting to break up with someone. If it's not a relationship, it's just whatever situation you're in, whatever path you are on, whether it is work or something else, you may be considering, is this the path that I want to follow? And it's just that the King of Cups here, it's more like you're just keeping it to yourself because you don't have to tell everybody your business all the time, do you? I mean, yeah. I know in the last reading, I think it said about you don't have to figure things, or one of the previous readings, you don't have to figure things out all out on your own, which you don't, but at the same time, you can discuss things with others, but you do need time to process it by yourself as well, don't you? And then there are some things that, as I say, not everybody doesn't need to know your business. So yeah, you might be considering leaving escaping or leaving a certain, doesn't necessarily mean that dramatic, but leaving a situation behind to feel more valued and seen. That it does look like, though, it could be that it will hurt you to leave a situation, because a lot of the times, even if we know it makes sense to leave something behind, it's not always just a clean break, is it? Like, where it's like, yeah, I'm done with that. It does hurt, even if it's something that you know isn't benefiting you anymore. It's like if you've gotten attached to something, it's not easy to just, it's not always easy to just cut ties without feeling anything whatsoever. It's like you've built a history with something or a bond with something, so there's a connection there, whether it is a person or a situation. So let's quickly look at the Six of Cups. So I'll take that one. That for me is just knowing that something has to change. Whatever's been happening, the old thing, whatever the old thing is, whatever the thing is from the past, a change is needed. Some change is needed, even if it's a relationship. And it may not be that you want to, I mean, it looks like you may be considering breaking up with somebody, and that might happen. But if not, it's just that even if you don't leave it, it's something needs to change, really. There may be something here for someone where if there's a real, God, sorry, that sounded really bad, didn't it? If there is a relationship involved, there may be something here for someone where your partner doesn't respect or value your career or your path. That's something that's come into mind here. Anything else for that? Okay, strength comes after that. So it would take strength potentially to leave something behind, especially if you've got a long-term attachment to it. But it looks like change is needed in whatever capacity that means to you, or you're considering shutting something down, breaking something down, tearing something apart. That does sound very dramatic, but it might be necessary for you to, or you think it's necessary for you to progress forward, or to move on. Right, let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. That came out so aggressively, didn't it? Right, Nine of Pentacles. It's a new cycle. Nine of Pentacles. It could be about coming out of your comfort zone, but more than anything, it feels more like freedom. I often get freedom with the world, don't I? I think because she's naked, vulnerable, and it's a new cycle. And then the Nine of Pentacles for me can be about liberation, because this person, they are in a comfort zone. They do appear to have everything they need around them in terms of comfort, but what are they missing? That she always looks a little bit forlorn to me. Like she needs to break free from this. It's not to say it's bad, but it's like it's like one of those things where it's like this is all you know, and there's more things in the world to explore, and to see and to do. So shall I get one more for that? Sorry, I just got a message on my phone. Okay, it's a temperature warning that it's too hot, so I need to address that quickly. Right. One more for the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so that's just, for me, that's just about restoring harmony, possibly feeling reconnected to something as well. Like you need to you may need to free yourself in some way to reconnect with yourself, your values, your path even. So I'll leave that there. So the main theme, it's about being seen. It's about taking the lead. If there's a relationship involved or a certain situation, you may be contemplating leaving that behind to get the respect that you deserve. You may not feel valued. enough. So let's look at your energy, the Sun and the Lovers. So there's a connection there by the looks of it, whether it is to a person or there is something that you feel connected to or you want to connect to. And there is something positive about it as well, with the Sun being there. There's potential there. There's great potential. There may already be happiness there or the potential for happiness. Why is the Sun there with the Lovers? If there's potential, why would you be considering leaving something? So you've got the Three of Cups there. You've got the King of Pentacles. Three of Wands. I mean, the King of Pentacles and Three of Wands for me, these two cards in particular, that's where you take the lead. That's where you set your intentions. You've got the Ace of Wands, which is about inspiration. You've got the Four of Wands, which is a foundation, building a foundation. Let's get something for that Three of Cups. Ten of Wands. The Emperor. Let's get one more. Five of Wands. So there may be some challenges with other people in terms of leadership. In terms of this whole relationship situation, because it's some funny energy, completely forgotten what I was going to say now. There may be a power struggle. I think that's what I was going to say. If you are in a relationship, there may be a power struggle, and that's where this whole energy of contemplating something has to change, or if someone were hiding feelings of wanting to leave or not feeling 100% valued. Because you can be with someone, you can love them, you can care for them and want to be with them, but there will always be challenges, won't there? And there's a lot of cards relating to power and value coming up as well, aren't there? So in terms of a relationship, the part of the struggle and the contemplation of, is this going to work? As I say, it could be power related, power struggle. Because the three of Cups, it is a card of community, friendship, that sort of thing. But here, as I say, it looks like there's a challenge with that. Are there people interfering in your relationship as well? That's another thing. Or trying to interfere, that's another thing that comes to mind. Or is one of you distracted by other things that are going on outside of the relationship? What else do I get from this? Let's see. So in terms, if it's about connecting with a path that you love or wanting to be seen and valued more, I would say that you have the energy of being inspired to kind of go for it, to build the foundation that you want to build. And from the cards here that came out, it's about putting the full effort in, isn't it, really? It's about building. The King of Pentacles is a card of building, completely putting in the effort in to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. I'm just going to get one more for that Three of Cups, because that one's a weird card to come out here. You may be feeling like you're not getting the support you need actually in something. Knight of Swords. Let's get one more after that. Eight of Swords, okay. Again, this is kind of giving that power struggle kind of energy, or like a, what is it? Like differing, it could be something about differing opinions as well. Again, romantically, if that is something that is going on here, with that King of Cups again, you could be dealing with someone who's just doesn't open up, so it's very difficult to know where you stand with them. Like, you can feel the potential and the connection, but it's hard to know where you stand, and that would make you contemplate, is it worth going ahead with this? Okay, so overall, it's like two very different storylines, isn't it? I can see potential and inspiration, but as I say, there's that little niggling thing here with other people where that's a bit of a challenge that comes in. Maybe you feel like you want to take more of the lead in a situation, whether it is work or a relationship, and there's just some sort of struggle there with that. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles and see what comes up. So the Ten of Pentacles is the external or surrounding energy. We'll take that. That's the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the Two of Wands, and what has fallen on the floor is the Six of Swords. Anything else? Try that again. Judgment. The Lovers is a card of choosing as well. And with the Sun, that would be choosing, I mean, it's choosing what you love and choosing what would make you happy. So again, I think a thing came up, didn't it, where I said, do you have a partner who doesn't respect and value your path or your career? So is there something here where you may be, it's like you've got an ultimatum of having to choose between your partner and your career path, or a path in general? That comes to mind as well. So we've got the Four of Swords there. Okay, I'm going to get something for that Four of Swords. Anything for the Four of Swords. King of Swords. Okay, that's, to me, that's about making a decision, that is. And you've got a card here of needing to choose a path with that Two of Wands. Judgment. Let's see why Judgment is there. With Judgment, you've got the Nine of Wands and the High Priestess, and I'm not sure which one of those came out first, to be honest. One more for Judgment, please. Right, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Death card. So with the Wheel of Fortune being the first clarifier for that Ten of Pentacles, there's definitely a need for change. Something has to be done differently. You've got the Death card as well. That's a need for change. Judgment is a card of rebirth. Yeah, it's a funny one. So I did say initially this Ten of Pentacles could, if it's a relationship, it could be the other person, and that could be what they're offering, what they want, what they're offering or what they want, the energy that they're in within a connection with you. It could be that someone's putting a little bit of pressure on, or letting you know that they want commitment. Again, I did say there could be an issue with emotional kind of expression and knowing. When I say knowing where you stand, I don't mean like knowing, I mean, it could be knowing where you stand in the relationship of what the label is. But I feel when I said that, it's more along the lines of, you know, if someone doesn't just, you just, like, say if they keep their moods to themselves, like you can tell there's something off, but they're not expressing and saying. And obviously for Aries, you kind of like a what you see is what you get kind of energy, aren't you? If we're going by stereotypes, you're pretty much going to know where you stand with the Aries, whereas other signs tend to keep things to themselves. So you can sense that something's off, but they're not necessarily expressing it. So that could be the type of person you're dealing with again. It could be that they're, again, that whole issue of if you're having to choose between a partner and a career path, maybe this is what they're offering, that Ten of Pentacles, but it's like they want you to choose, and maybe they feel like you focus too much attention on your career or something like that. There's a need for a choice here. with that Two of Wands. Four of Swords at the end, for me, that's contemplating something, isn't it? And the King of Swords is like he's very able to make a decision, and there's a need to express and open up with that card. So that could be what they're wanting you to do, potentially, or maybe this is your energy of needing to express, to make a decision if you've got a decision to make. So we've got this with the Six of Swords next to the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Wands. It's like there's a need to choose what is most valuable. So that again, if somebody's giving you an ultimatum, it's saying what matters most to you. Do I matter most? Does the career matter most? Whatever that means to you. And then we've got Judgment there. So again, if it's a relationship issue, it's like, is it worth... Judgment is about reviewing things, isn't it? It's about reviewing the past, or reviewing something in general. So again, with the Nine of Wands, High Priestess, Knight of Cups, Death card, it's sort of that would be sort of contemplating to yourself and reviewing, is this worth going forward with? What are the pros, what are the cons, what needs to change, what's good, that sort of thing. Taking relationships out of the equation, if it is just about you wanting to be more valued, seen, heard, etc. Again, it's about something here looks like it needs to change, and it's about choosing what is most valuable to you, choosing the path that's most valuable to you. And there's a sense of review here again, reviewing what feels restrictive, what, following your intuition, what do you want to pursue, what means the most to you, what's most valuable, what needs to change to make this more effective or to bring it to fruition. So yeah, I'll leave that one there. So as I say, the external energy, it could be a person, and the Ten of Pentacles is what they want or have to offer. Or the Ten of Pentacles could be what you aspire to long-term, like legacy type energy. Whatever it is that you feel will bring you satisfaction and long-term stability all around, and contemplating how to get that. So the Justice card, I mean, that's just about being fair. So again, if it was in a relationship, what do you feel? I mean, I doubt it's not easy to make things 100% fair for two people in a situation, is it? So what's fair to you? What's fair to the other person? Is it just a case of achieving balance? If it's not a case of leaving altogether, how do you create that sense of balance? Let's see what else comes up for that Justice card as well. If there are power struggles, how do you achieve balance? Can there be compromises? You've got the World, you've got the Page of Swords. That feels like learning lessons with Justice, the World, the Page of Swords, and Saturn's here, and Saturn teaches lessons, doesn't it? Anything else? Let's try that again. So you got the Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of... Wow, okay. That is actually quite relevant to what I was saying. It's about learning lessons, isn't it? So Ten of Pentacles, if this is the goal, I think I will keep these. If this Ten of Pentacles is the goal, whether it is with a person or just your life in general, your legacy in general. Six of Pentacles, it is a card of giving, generosity. But as I say, it is also about balance, isn't it, as well? Like, how do you achieve the balance? How do you get the balance in the situation? And the Page of Pentacles is willing to plant a new seed, to start again, to learn as well. So let's look at the Page of Swords. That was quick. Right, okay. So a lot of your reading might be to do with learning about learning how to make a connection work is one theme that comes up. Let's have a look what else comes out for the Page of Swords, the Hermit. I mean, the Hermit is kind of on a path of learning and self-discovery, aren't they? What else do we have here? We have the Empress. Let's get one more after the Empress. Got the High Priestess. Let's get one more. Okay, yeah, you've got 2 cards of inner knowing here. So that would be the learning element of things, or part of the learning element of things. 3 cards here that you could say are connected to relationships, nurturing, that sort of thing, with the Lovers, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups. So as I say, there could really be something here about learning. If it is like a romantic, it doesn't have to be romantic, but if there is a romantic relationship involved, could be learning lessons about that and how to connect, not connect more, but I know that came up in the last reading for you, didn't it? I'm not sure how to put it, but how to okay, right, I get it. How to nurture yourself and the relationship. That's where the balance would need to come in. If you want the relationship to work, obviously, if you don't want it to work, then do whatever you got to do. But if you want the relationship to work, you've got other things in life that you're trying to achieve. You want to look out for yourself as well and get what you want. But there's got to be a balance, hasn't there? And same with the other person as well. It's equal give and take. But achieving balance there. I'm just seeing what else comes up from removing the relationship element out of things. I would say removing the relationship element out of things, it's learning lessons about how to reach your fullest potential and connect with whatever it is that you value the most, whatever it is that fulfills you the most. What the lessons are, it's not... Balance comes into it, but what else comes into it? Let's look at the 6 of Pentacles. I mean, this card talked about hard work and perseverance, didn't it? So that could be part of your lessons. So 6 of Pentacles. So we've got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Ten of Swords. Anything else? There might be something about generosity that you need to consider actually as well. Anything else for that? That is honestly a very strange energy. And I know this reading is very long for you as well. We've got the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. I mean, the Knights are always on a mission, aren't they? That is really odd. So this is your advice, isn't it? The only thing I can think of here that makes sense is, with all these cards, because it's a strange energy for this, is be careful of tunnel vision. As much as you want to be valued and respected and seen, be careful of tunnel vision, where you're so focused on what you're doing that it destroys the relationships around you, and that you become a bit, what would be the best word to say, a bit self-focused, too self-focused, you know, and it gets to the, not to say that we shouldn't do what we've got to do and look out for ourselves, but you know, and you become self-focused to the point of excessiveness, and you kind of end up neglecting other people. That's the only thing I can think of from that, like to just be a bit careful about that. Let's look at the Page of Pentacles. I know this reading is excessively long for a weekly, and there's a lot in it as well. And that message would apply in a romantic relationship as well. As I said, if you're with someone and you feel like they don't value your career and stuff, it's like there's a lot to think about and decide on what is fair, what's really fair. Yeah, that's just about learning lessons, isn't it? The Page of Pentacles, and also deciding what is worth investing your time and energy in as well. This is a very vague, I mean, apart from the relationship stuff, it's kind of a vague reading. You've got the Eight of Swords there, so that would be contemplating what restricts you, because I think there was a mention of something about liberation and freedom there at one point. Okay, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles now as well. Again, it's the same thing. What is worth investing your time and energy in, or continuing to invest your time and energy in. If there's a romantic relationship here, do you feel like it's worth it? If it's a path, what feels like it's worth it? It does feel rather disjointed, I will be honest. It feels disjointed to me. It feels like there's loads of different parts going on. Maybe you've got a load of stuff going on in your life and you've been pulled in a few different directions. So I'm going to leave it there. There's nothing else I can add without it becoming more confusing for you. And I have no idea what I'm going to call this. So let's get a final card of advice to see if we can kind of bring it together in some way. So I would say the key things here are, you do want to be seen, heard and respected, and you want to pursue the path or thing or whatever it is that you love. But it's like there also needs to be a balance with possibly a balance with how you connect to others in it as well, with other people. That's what it looks like is here. It's like what's fair to you and others as well is something that's coming up, and you may be learning lessons around that. But let's see if we can get a final card of advice. Right, that was 2. Wow, okay. I am going to keep that. Empathy, you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. And let's get one more. So yeah, empathy, that could be important in terms of others, how others fit into this and your path. Right, we have purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. So your purpose is mentioned there, isn't it? So it's not saying don't follow your purpose, but recognize that balance, kindness and love bring calmness to your soul. So I think I'm not going to read all of them. I will read the empathy card because there's a lot here. I'll just read the empathy card and leave it there because it is a very long reading. So empathy. I'm tempted to look at the purpose card as well, if I'm being honest, but let's look at empathy. It says, you are able to learn so much when your actions originate from a place of love, and the souls in your immediate sphere are your greatest teachers. Being able to sense how others feel and see through their eyes is a gift. When you open yourself up emotionally and become part of another person's reality and make it your own, the boundaries between the two of you seem to fade. You begin to realize that you truly are of the same energy and that the state of separation is purely an illusion. The golden rule of treat others as you would like to be treated is a mantra you should embrace. Understanding life from another perspective carries a great responsibility, for once you become aware of the emotions of another, you remain ever conscientious and are mindful not to cause them distress. Okay, and I will look at the purpose one just because I feel like it'll balance it out, which is what you need. Apparently in this reading it needs balance, and that's probably why it's up and down. Right, purpose. People with a purpose are leaders. People with a purpose coupled with compassion are teachers. You have come to a point in your journey when you must demonstrate to yourself that you are a teacher. Now is the time to be the change that you want to see in the world. Being a person of integrity is your goal. You know your place in the world and how you may be an example to others for the betterment of humankind. You tend to have a very strong intuitive side and use it on a daily basis for clarity of purpose. You have a passion for everything you do, seeing each day as an opportunity to manifest love. You are blessed with a sense of inner peace because you are satisfied with who you are and what you have. Life seems easy because you have learned that you don't have to make the choice between love and fear. You already know that the negative energy of fear is not an option. Be a guiding light, show the world how it is done. So this to me makes a lot of sense with that 6 of Wands and the purpose card. And I think this may be something that you may be wanting or needing to aspire to. It may not be where you are right now. For some it might not be. But this feels really important, this whole thing about people with purpose are leaders, and compassion, needing compassion to be a teacher and leading by example. That seems really important here in such a jumbled message. So I do hope there is at least something relevant or helpful to you. I know there was a lot going on and there was a lot of different stuff going on, but hopefully there was something valuable here. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. If you would like to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for info on how to do that. And thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, take care.